He who overcomes, I will not blot his name out of the book of life. Revelation 3:5 can sound alarming if misunderstood. Some have used this verse to try and scare believers about losing their salvation, but the truth is exactly the opposite of how many churches have used this to beat the sheep and to strip away the assurance of some believers. In reality, this verse is actually about our assurance and that if we belong to Him, our names are secure. In the book of 1 John, we actually read who is the overcomer that John is talking about. And the same John who wrote the book of Revelation is the same John who wrote the book of 1 John, and so we should allow him to define the word overcomer for us. It says in 1 John 5:4-5 that for whoever is born of God overcomes the world, and this is the victory that has overcome the world, our faith. Who is he who overcomes the world but he who believes that Jesus is the Son of God? In other words, anyone who's born of God is automatically an overcomer. This letter was written to the church in Sardis, and it is meant to encourage them to walk in life and to not walk in death. Sardis had a reputation for being alive, and yet they were spiritually dead. They were zealous, they were rule-driven, and they were religiously active, but they were missing the power of Christ's grace. In Revelation 3:4, it's the verse before, it says that who have not defiled their garments, they shall walk with me in white, for they are worthy. The defiled garments were a picture of people trusting in their own works rather than resting in Christ's finished work. In Isaiah 61:10, it says that He has clothed me with the garments of salvation, and He has clothed me with the robes of righteousness. So what they were being promised were blessings for those who are clothed in Christ's garments. It says that they're clothed in white garment, which is Christ's righteousness that covers us. It promises security in the book of life, that our names will not be blotted out. It also says that they will be confessed before the Father and His angels, and that their names are declared, and that their relationship with God is affirmed for all eternity. And my conviction is to bring up these difficult passages so that we don't allow our pastors and our teachers to weaponize these verses to strive for more holiness by our own flesh. Those that are bound by the law and that they read verses like this through a legalistic lens, they turn grace into fear because they themselves, they do not have confidence or hope in their own salvation. And yet we're told to put on our helmet of salvation. Hebrews is reminding us not to shrink back in our assurance of faith and to remain anchored in hope. Revelation 3:5 about not being blotted out of the book of life is not a warning. It's a declaration of God's grace. He's affirming us. He's affirming His own. He keeps every name that He has written, and He will not go back against His promise.